Who is this handsome 19th century man? If you said John Herschel, inventor of the cyanotype printing process, you're correct. If you don't know, this is what a cyanotype looks like. Not a very good one, but my first attempt at it. And it is basically creating a layer of liquid iron salts mixed with some potassium. And I'm going to show you how to make this. You just need some paper, the chemicals, and if you want to get real fancy, some clamps and a glass pane. Step 1. Go ahead and mix equal parts of your iron salt solution with your liquid potassium solution. I've used half a teaspoon here and mixed it up in this cup, which is more than enough for one exposure. Step number 2. Go outside and find some cool things that you want to expose for the print. This clover and a Japanese maple leaf should look pretty dang cool. Step 3. With all your materials together, go ahead and get some sort of brush. I'm using a cheap foam brush here, and apply the chemical solution to whatever substance you're going to be using. This can be watercolor paper, such as I have here. It can be a t-shirt. It can be a piece of wood. Pretty much anything. You just want to apply a thin layer of this solution. Don't go overboard with it. Step 4. So we've got a nice even coat of the chemical solution. Now you want to arrange whatever you want to expose in the pattern that you would like the end result to be. So with no real rhyme or reason, I'm going to set the clover and the Japanese maple just like that, and I'm going to turn the camera off because I need both hands, but I'm going to put this glass plate over it with some clamps. That's really not necessary unless you just want to get some really tight lines on there. Next step, we've got this secured, and we're going to go outside and find a nice sunny area. You want direct sunlight, so noon is a pretty good time to do this, so you won't have any shadows affecting your print, and I'm just going to leave that right there. Step 6. Wait 30 minutes. This is about 10 minutes in. We can see the sun's UV rays are already causing a reaction with the iron salts, developing this brilliant Prussian blue on some of the outskirts of the layer, but it will change significantly over the next 20 minutes. Okay, final step. This is the print after 30 minutes of sun exposure. You can see that everywhere the iron salts were turned to a kind of rust color, and everything that was not exposed is that Prussian blue. And all we're going to do now is go ahead and rinse it. I have some ice water here. Really cold water works best, but you can really use any water. And we're just going to try to rinse off some of those iron salts. Looks like that did a pretty good job. And when that dries, that's going to look cool enough, but I like to jazz it up a little bit. I've got a solution of hydrogen peroxide and water here. And if you know anything about hydrogen peroxide and iron, it makes a beautiful deep blue tone and kind of accelerates that development process. So that's optional. I like the exaggerated blue. We're going to let this dry and we'll see a little bit more clarity out of it. And here we have our final product. Very easy, very cheap, very fun. You get a nice amount of detail on the exposure. Can be used for a variety of different mediums.